So last weekend, I found out about an event at the very last minute that I wanted to attend. It's called the Global Mixx Music and Film Forum. So we start off Friday with the VIP reception. It was at the Bureau Bar. Never heard of this place before. It's right next door to a weed cafe. And also there was a couple of people who performed there.
I'll be waiting for you when the world comes. I'll be waiting for you when the world comes. I'll be waiting for you when the world comes. Boom, 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 boom. Last time, come on, sell your soul. South Florida, liquor stores, chicken and church. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. South Florida, liquor stores, chicken and church.
Then Saturday, you know, because it's both a music and film forum, there were a lot of music and film panels going on at the same time. So since I am a filmmaker, I just went to the film panels. So basically my day started off at 10, the writer's room. There were 4 writers up there. One of them was for the show, but it's cold and windy. And a friend of mine from LA writes for the show. After the panel was over, I went and I talked to that woman. I was like, hey, you know, I know someone who works on that show. So we took a picture together so she can show my friend us together. Then we had a luncheon and a keynote speaker. The film keynote speaker, which was Christine Swanson. And for those of you who saw the Clark sisters, Lifetime movie, she directed that. At the same time, had a film that was at Black Harvest Film Festival, which I didn't realize was going on at the same time. I still have never been to Black Harvest. I'm gonna have to go one year. And I was going to go see her film, which was on Monday, but it was sold out. Her film was sold out and it had everybody in there. It had Gary Dourdan, Lynn Whitfield, Renee Goldsberry. It had a lot of people in there. It was a lot of people in her film. So next I did speed mentoring, which was basically like speed dating, but you get mentored for 5 minutes a piece from a bunch of different people in the film and music industry. So basically, you know, you just kept the flow going from left to, to the left, to the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. You just went to different people and got all sorts of advice on things that you can do, made some connections. It was great. I loved it. I had fun, except for the whole, I was talking for an hour and 15 minutes straight. My throat was so dry when it was over. Basically went from there to Blurred Lines, XL Film Fest. They were basically talking to a bunch of people about being multi-hyphenates, writer, director, actor, author, just multiple things, having multiple lanes. And then finally, there was Skin in the Game. It was like an actors panel. But the main reason I went to this panel was for Trevante Rhodes. He was awesome. There were times where even though he was on the mic, his voice was so deep, I had to lean forward in order to hear it. But it was very interesting hearing about him and his path and what might have held him back, especially with all this stuff that we're hearing about with Diddy. It's very interesting to hear someone say, yeah, if you don't play the game, it's going to hold you back. They didn't like the fact that there were certain things he just would not accept. So they kind of blackballed him. So then after that, they had an emerging artist showcase. And, you had people get up, perform, have rappers, gospel rappers, had someone perform in a genre I had never heard of until before that day. And then one of the emerging artists got up and sang a gospel house song. So Sunday was the VIP brunch, where they were basically celebrating someone's, like, decades in the industry, music industry. Although it was a brunch, there were no mimosas. And I feel like if it's a brunch, there has to be mimosas. But it was cool, people got up and they spoke about the guest of honor, and they had a bunch of people get up and speak, and then they had people get up and perform. But also, while I was there, someone who was basically one of the people in charge of the day, she brought me a t-shirt. Bam. It was a really cool weekend. Of all my last minute split decisions that I've ever had to make, this has been the best. The speed mentoring session was pretty much worth the price of admission for the whole weekend. So that is all for this bonus video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know the next time I upload or go live. Thanks.